Mr. President, Jean-Jacques
Yes.
Cornish from Prime Media. You are one of two ousted presidents planning to end your exile in South Africa. Now, we know that your counterpart from Haiti, Jean-Bertrand Aristide, is going through a process of dealing with the South African authorities and others about his return. Have you had to do the same thing with the South African authorities? In other words, have they given you their blessing to go back on Saturday?
I informed the authority in South Africa, and I'll meet them this afternoon. And when I will go, that's why I say in my speech, I hope they will understand me, and they will help me for my return to Madagascar.
Bazukile Digo, E-News Africa. So I'd just like to know, is your planned return home to Madagascar supported by the AU and SADC as mediators in the country's political crisis?
Since 2 years, we are entire for the third years right now. We didn't find a solution, and the situation in Madagascar is deteriorating day by day. I think it's time now to solve it so quick. And I informed them, and you see, during these 2 years, we didn't have any solution about it. So I informed them, and I will go back to Madagascar. I'll be there on.
Have they supported you?
I informed them, but I don't know. Sure, they will support me.
Monsieur le Président, bonjour. Juliette Rangeval de RFI. Puis-je vous demander de répondre en français?
Yes, oui.
Merci beaucoup. Est-ce que votre décision de rentrer est une fin de non-recevoir à la proposition CIMAO de la SADC? C'est ma première question. Et ma deuxième question, vous avez parlé d'élections libres et justes auxquelles chacun pourrait être candidat. Seriez-vous d'accord pour qu'André Razoel soit candidat à une élection présidentielle?
Yeah, bien sûr. Il pourrait être candidat dans l'élection présidentielle. Mais moi, comme je vous avais dit, nous allons discuter à Madagascar toutes les questions pour trouver une solution. C'est la solution, la meilleure solution. C'est pour ça que je vais aller à Madagascar. Je vais retourner à Madagascar.
Et à propos de la proposition CIMAO, est-ce que c'est une façon de lui opposer une fin de non-recevoir?
Est-ce que vous avez bien lu la proposition de CIMAO?
Votre retour n'est pas prévu pour le moment.
Exactement. Donc c'est le contraire. Et comme j'ai dit dans le discours, que ce n'est pas la SADC, ce n'est pas le roadmap de SADC, c'est le roadmap de CIMAO. Yes.
If I could ask Olivia to...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry, Peter.
Again. Does it mean that you totally reject this roadmap proposed by CIMAO? And the second aspect of the question is, you've talked about true and fair elections, free and fair elections. Does it mean that you also accept that Rajoel stands as a candidate? And he said yes, so there is no reason why any Malagasy citizen could be prevented from running in the elections. And related to his reaction to the roadmap, he has reiterated that, as he announced in his speech, it is not a SADC roadmap, it is a roadmap proposed by a member of a mediation team.
Okay, we're going to take 3 more questions because we're running out of time. Yes.
Yes, hi, over here. Franz Wild from Bloomberg. You said you want a dialogue. The de facto reality is that Razoel is in control of the country. When you arrive, there's a very strong possibility that you will be arrested. How do you expect to lead your dialogue if you're in jail? And secondly, I mean, with all due respect, you've been in exile for a while, and the longer it gets, the harder it becomes to return. it sounds a lot like a last-ditch attempt to kind of have some kind of impact. Thanks.
Okay. When I'll be back in Madagascar, I'll call all the political parties, the civil societies, and we'll have a round table to discuss about the inclusive government, and I'm sure they will listen to me. And then about the long period I've been here, I'm here, it's okay. But the problem for me is, the Malagasy people are suffering lots in Madagascar. They ask me to come back. They call me every day. And I'm sure we have to listen, as I say, we have to listen to the people, of Malagasy people, to accept the outcome of the election. I'm sure the Malagasy tradition and the Malagasy people understand very well what is democracy and what is the rule of law, because our beloved country is so important for us. The interest of our country is very important than our interest.
Miles Tandy from Control Risk. I have two quick questions. First, a lot has changed since you left. There's a new constitution. I want to know if elections are to go ahead in May, as they plan to, will you run for president? And if you do intend to run for president, how will you do that when the new constitution that's there states that you have to have been resident for 6 months prior to the election? You don't have 6 months between now and May. How are you going to work around that, one? And then two, I'm interested in the international response to the HET government's takeover. America applied sanctions, but this has not been done the same way, say, by countries such as France and Russia. Why has there been a different response from different communities in the international community? How do you explain that?
To the election in May, it's not the date. All the political parties accept it. So I'm sure there will not have an election in May. And if it will be an election in May, they cannot respect the list of the voters, because we have to build it up first to make it clear. And then why the difference between the international community? I think you understand it. So it's time for me, it's time for them. It is very important for us to come together, to talk. And then we will build a new state, to build a new constitution. We have to work together to find the solution of this political crisis in our country. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.